Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Tim Kylo broadcast booth is on the road at Ballas and 270 in St. Louis for one of the biggest rivalries in the whole area and two of the top teams in the area every single year, the CBC Cadets and the DeSmet Spartans. My name is Randy Molman, Coach Chris Maris alongside, and I just said to you before we went on the air, these games give me goosebumps. I love the atmosphere. Two great teams. It's going to be a good one here tonight.
It's going to be a great game tonight, and you got two powerhouse programs that met twice last year, split last year, and are probably hoping they maybe meet twice again this year. So, and that would be if I have everything right. If they were to meet a second time after this, it would be in the state championship game. How awesome would that be?
DeSmet comes in undefeated, and Coach, the way I kind of looked at this game as one of the big storylines is CBC has that explosive offense. They put up a ton of points in the first half against Chaminade last week. Big plays from Nick McClellan and the rest of the offense. DeSmet has only allowed one touchdown all season, and so it'll be a very interesting matchup between the CBC explosive offense and that good DeSmet defense.
Well, it will. You know, CBC's had two big offensive games, both against Springfield Griffin and Sacred Heart Griffin, and last week against Chaminade. They had a rough one against Bryan, Arkansas, and that's probably a little bit more of a litmus test for this game because DeSmet is big and nasty up front, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've got some guys that get after it, led by number 54, I think it is, Quincy Bias. 4 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and an interception. That young man gets after it. He created problems in our first matchup last year all day long, and I'm sure he's looking to do that again.
Also, number 97, Titan Davis, has 7 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. Jason King, who had an interception against CBC last year in the first game, pick 6. He's their leading tackler on defense. So DeSmet is loaded on that side of the ball, and I can't wait for this matchup.
You're going to see power running football from DeSmet. They're going to go to McCaster early and often, and Dylan Duff's a great running quarterback.
Griesemer kicks it off to the 1. Nope. Yep, he's got it at the 1. Comes out across the 15 far side and gets near the 20 before being tracked down by the Cadets. And DeSmet will start 1st and 10 at their own 19.
Good coverage. Got forced to his right down there by number 1, A.J. Matthews. We talk about him a lot on special teams. He'll stay out there on defense at safety. Looks like you got Watson, Ruffino, and Abram to start this game up front. J.P. Metzler, Jacob Grunwald, Porter, and Musig are your outside backers.
Dylan Duff, the starting quarterback, completes 71% of his passes so far this year. And McCaster goes nowhere. DeSmet's leading rusher, Jaden McCaster, buried. Jordan Watson was in on the tackle.
Jordan Watson and the nose guard, Brody Ruffino, your cornerbacks. Vion Cothran, got confirmation on that from the man himself.
We know from here on out.
And looks like Tillman is the other corner with Smith and Matthews as your safeties.
2nd and 12, loss of 2 on that first play. Duff fires near side, dropped. Intended for number 17, Liam Russo. Number 1 in coverage for CBC, A.J. Matthews. It'll be 3rd and 12 to start the game for the Spartans.
Russo with 3 TDs on the year, 8 for 139, 17.4 average, big body coming out of the corner. Looks like number 12 for Bryant that killed us in that game 2 weeks ago.
Duff. And a false start's going to be called against the Spartans. That'll push them back further, 3rd and 17. And a big early 3rd down for CBC because you get a stop here. Chances are you're going to get real good field position on your first offensive series.
You got a shot at that right here in that particular situation. Tristan just got a little antsy right there as they got one of their pass rush packages in here.
I saw Dylan Duff kind of throw his hands up. He thought DeSmet was going to be charged.
They might have flinched and they didn't get called for it. But they're at 2 points, so they're allowed to readjust.
So 3rd and 7 as that penalty was on the Cadets. Duff hands it to McCaster, looking right side. CBC stretches him out and a big tackle on the far side. He dragged a couple of tacklers, but that's not going to be close to a first. And the Cadets did a great job stringing that play out to the far side.
Shocking that they did not let Duff put it up on that 3rd and long right there. You know, I mean, McCaster gets 3 or 4 yards on that, but not enough. And you'll have a 4th and 3+ on this.
Looks like Gartner's in to do the punting. Jaden Reed deep for CBC. Snap. One hops to Gartner. He punts it. Angles it down the middle of the field. Lands on the left hash. And it'll die right there at the 42. Good field position for CBC. And, Coach, the other thing, we're in mid-September, and it is hot.
Oh, my gosh.
95 degrees today, and it's probably in the high 80s right now. So we were joking about the water breaks last week. They're going to need them tonight.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. I mean, if you're in St. Louis, you realize it. But I can tell you right now, down on that turf, while that sun's still beating on it, it's a lot hotter than the high 80s. I mean, it's 90+ on the turf down there. So conditioning and how many guys you got going both ways, which neither of these teams have many, is going to play a factor in this.
So here are the Cadets. Nick McClellan with A.J. Morris in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split near side. Pistol formation for the Cadets. Their first possession, first quarter. They just got a 3 and out. Snap, hand to Morris. Morris is tackled early. Around the ankles, number 33, Luke Mascara.
Mascara just beat tight end Jackson Cole off the edge right there and got inside of him. I know Jackson's probably wishing he had that one back because I think CBC had something there.
That's the first tackle for loss this year, but Mascara has, well, no gain on the play, so they really didn't tackle him for loss. Morris breaks it free. He may go inside the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Cadets.
Wow, big, huge hole on the right side. Open up there.
58 yards.
CBC strikes first. Far cry from last year's game in the regular season where CBC just could not get anything going offensively.
Last week, CBC had 5 touchdowns of 20 yards or more, and there's one right there. 58 yards, A.J. Morris.
And that's only what you said, the 2nd touchdown that DeSmet's allowed on the year.
Here's Gage Shantz to attempt the extra point. Now, for CBC's defense, Coach, you know, we talked a little bit about DeSmet's defense, but the Cadets have only allowed 1 touchdown over the last 5 quarters, and that was kind of in garbage time, if you want to call it, at the end of the Chaminade game. So CBC's defense has improved steadily. They were really good in week 1. Bryant took advantage of a few mistakes in game 2. But for 5 quarters now, that CBC defense has looked really, really good.
Well, and CBC had Bryant in a lot of 3rd and long situations, and Bryant was able to convert on a lot of those. And, Bryant was able to come down the middle of the seams, had some mistakes by the safeties on that in terms of their trading off on their coverages, and they've been working on cleaning some of that up. We'll see whether DeSmet learned anything from that film as CBC is going to give them the ball back here, up 7-0.
7-0, 10:01 to go, first quarter. Cadets held DeSmet to 3 and out. Got the ball, 2 plays, 58-yard run by A.J. Morris. Another explosive play for the Cadet offense this year. Here's Griesmer's kick. Deep, and it will be returnable at the 1-yard line. Across the 10, right hash. Dodged a tackler and got close to the 30. Good return by McCaster.
Shamir Sims, one of the guys on the tackle there. I couldn't get the guy on the bottom of the pile. Might have been 24, Carson Kaburek, another guy who flies down the field.
And DeSmet will start 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Same initial defense we saw as the last series.
Duff to McCaster. No, that's not McCaster. That's the upback, number 31. That is Emmanuel Scott, the big fullback. He didn't get much. Cadets are fired up on defense.
CBC bringing it up front right now on the defensive line.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 9:35 to go in the first. 7-0 CBC. Tight formation left side now in motion is Nathan Hatcher. And he lines up tight on the right tackle. They give it to McCaster there. He spins in the hole. Still not much. Maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and 8.
McCaster, their leading rusher, 37 carries, 234 yards, 1 TD, averaging 6.3 a carry. The CBC brings in a pass rush package here, a nickel/dime package.
And another 3rd and long. I wonder if maybe they'll try to get Duff out of the pocket here. He's good at throwing it on the run. He's going to keep it himself.
He's got nothing.
And he's got nothing.
And
CBC.
51, I think 51, Jordan Watson underneath that pile.
By the way, we've now called his name a couple of times on these 2 drives, Jordan Watson.
Yep, he's come to play. Young man started as an offensive tackle as a freshman, transitioned to defense after his freshman year, slimmed down dramatically as an athlete, and is really showing well for himself tonight.
Jaden Reed stands back at his 30-yard line. Gartner to do the punting. High, short kick.
Get away.
Spiral, bounces, and takes a CBC roll all the way back to the 42-yard line of DeSmet. That was like a 10 or 12-yard punt by Gartner.
Well, and here's the deal. That's the second time, though, he's had to handle a somewhat questionable snap. First one was one hop. He handled it great, but didn't get off a great punt. I mean, that just screws up the timing. And on the second one, he, it almost went over his head. CBC might want to think about the opportunity for going for a block here at some particular point.
Gartner averaging 41 yards a punt coming into this game. Well below his average on his first 2 punts. Here's McClellan out of the gun. Sims in motion. Hands it to Morris. Nope, keeps it himself. Breaks a tackle, dives towards the 40. He made a little something out of nothing there, as he usually does, Nick McClellan.
And they had A.J. Morris going hard on that, looks like a stretch play, that outside zone, and Nick McClellan either read it or it was called. He pulled it and got positive yardage for the Cadets.
2nd down 8. Pistol formation, trips to the left. Jackson Cole in the middle of that 3 wide receiver set over there on the far side. McClellan decides to tuck it. He's going to run. Tries to cut it upfield. He's thrown down. That was number 6, Justin Terry. Or was that number 5? Might have been number 5.
I couldn't tell. I think it was number 5.
Trevon Collard.
Yeah, Trevon Collard.
So 3rd and 7 for CBC.
Yeah, this will be an interesting situation right here. Depends on how much CBC gets. They might choose to go for it on 4th down, depending on down and distance here.
Gage Shantz has a big leg, but from here, this would be a 55-yard field goal attempt. 56 maybe.
CBC goes freeze game and couldn't get him to jump.
7:01 to go, first quarter. Cadets with the ball going left to right. McClellan, pressure. He's got to dodge out. He's going to get sacked. Way back, number 33, Mascara, gets credit for the sack all the way back to midfield.
Well, number 54, Quincy Bias, their big stud defensive end, was coming hard there too. And you got to see the DeSmet defense and what they have to offer right there.
Here's Corday Gage. Gage has been a very good punter for CBC this year.
This is a tremendous athlete that we could see some of the Jeremiah McClellan punt stuff with. Not in this situation, but in a shorter situation.
It's 4th down and about 18. High snap. Gage will go rugby style, and he may keep it. He's going to keep it. Near side. Inside the 40. He's going to be short.
Didn't get it.
You called it, Coach. They tried something there.
Well, he saw a seam.
Right.
But he's getting a little bit of an earful from Coach Pingle, but I like the fact that he saw something and had the green light to do something with it. I hope they don't take that away from him.
And I'll say, like, when you do something like that, you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking, look, our defense is playing well so far. We get this first down, then we've got more momentum. If not, turn it over to the defense, let them do their thing. 1st and 10 at the 38. Duff's going to roll right. He's going to step up. Now he's going to tuck it, and he'll get hit down.
It's a little, just a yard short there, so that'll go down as a sack for whoever brought him down. Was
J.P. Metzler, who is tied for the team lead in tackles for the Cadets.
And we are at the 6-minute mark, so we're at that mandatory water break, which they need this week.
Yeah, you and I might need a water break this week.
I'm telling you, it is warm. And I drove, we got a nice crowd over here. We took 3 bus loads of kids, and those were buses packed to the brim. CBC students over here very fired up for this game.
Cadet fans, are you protected? Call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of CSN, and we're incredibly grateful for his support. Give Tim a call, 314-842-4442, or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. Coach, you got to be happy so far with the way CBC's defense has started. 2 3-and-outs, and the Cadets are flying to the football here early.
They are. I mean, they're getting after it. Now, this is a very, very athletic DeSmet team. So, you know, you can't let your foot off the gas if you're DeSmet or if you're CBC's defense or, for that matter, the offense. Don't get complacent.
2nd and 11. Ball spotted at the 37. 5:53 and counting to go, first quarter. Duff takes the snap, fakes to McCaster. Now he fires down the seam. It's intercepted!
Brandon Clark!
Intercepted by Brandon Clark. What a catch! And he had the receiver open, too, down the seam.
He did.
A little more air on it, and that would have been a touchdown.
Zane Schellinger, 6 catches, 115 yards, 1 touchdown. He stole one from him. That is a monster play by the senior safety.
What a play. And for Duff, just his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, and he and A.J. Matthews rotate at that other safety spot opposite Zaquis Smith. And they've both made some nice plays here early on in this game.
1st and 10 Cadets. If you're keeping score at home, that's 2 3-and-outs and a pick for the CBC defense.
At some point in time, you got to just go up top and play jump ball with Corey Sims. Sometimes after a turnover, when you're getting an extra possession, that's a chance to just take a shot. I mean, Sims is averaging over 27 yards a catch, I think it is. Where did it go? I got it written down. I don't have the average. 7 for 186.
Yeah, 26 and a half. There's Jackson Cole, picks up about 5. Tackled on the play by Jason King, DeSmet's leading tackler.
And Mascara is everywhere. CBC is going to have to find a way to account for him from his linebacker spot. He was in the backfield dragging McClellan down.
Sims is going to be covered on the far side, or on the near side, by a 5'11 corner. When you talk about throwing it up, Sims does have the size advantage for sure.
I just would like, and I'm sure they're bracketing him. I just like to see us go up top. As Courtney Rivers gets about a yard there, it'll be 3rd and about 3, 4.
About 3. Yep, 3rd and 3. Under 5 to go, first quarter, 7-0 CBC, their 3rd possession.
I'd hitch up Corey Sims right down here on the near side.
Fake to Rivers. McClellan keeps it. He has the first down and more. Down the right side, inside the 35 to about the 31. Good take there by Nick McClellan.
And here comes A.J. Johnson, the big thundering tailback for the Cadets right there.
The Cadets, last week against Chaminade, they had 5 different ball carriers. They carried it 19 times for 277 yards against Chaminade. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, fell forward for a couple.
Right there, 97, Titan Davis. One of their big defensive linemen got in there and tripped up Rivers in the backfield back there.
Davis, one of their leading tackles for loss defenders. 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. McClellan fires. That's Courtney Rivers. He's got room. Inside the 20, pushed out of bounds, close to the 10.
Bryant Poole pursuing, ran down Rivers up the sideline. That'll be a first down for CBC just outside the 10-yard line.
They'll spot it at the 12, 1st and 10 Cadets.
So CBC can get a first down without scoring.
2 backs in the backfield with McClellan. 2 wide receivers split to the right. McClellan fakes, looks, he's got time. Now he's going to duck under the pressure. He's going to come near side, and he's tackled.
He's going to end up losing quite a few. Number 4 right there, Jason King, one of their dudes.
He gets a sack, and it's a significant loss. You'd like to see McClellan keep his head up in those situations, to see if there's a receiver that kind of breaks free last minute. It almost seemed like when he tucked it there, he was going to run. He didn't, and he had some time maybe to see if he could find a receiver break free.
Interesting. Number 8, Zakee Smith in on offense here. Timeout. I think CBC had too many people. They had 6 receivers out there and McClellan in the backfield. That was no bueno.
Good catch by Coach Pingle. They call a timeout with 3:09 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, they didn't get somebody out of the game that they wanted out, so.
7-0 Cadets here at DeSmet. Again, 2 top 5 area, St. Louis area teams. I believe the rankings I saw recently was East St. Louis number 1, DeSmet number 2, CBC number 3.
And, I don't know whether that's accurate or not, but a lot of respect for these programs around the area. They play a pretty tough schedules all the way across the board. Both these teams having to do a little bit of traveling in order to fill everything out.
So with 3:09 to go in the first, the Cadets lead 7-0, and they are in striking distance here, but it is 2nd and long. 2nd and 19 to be exact at the 21-yard line.
But you don't need to feel like you got to get it all back.
Pistol formation here for McClellan. He fires near side, wide receiver bubble screen to Sims. Sims works upfield, gets
he
back
got
to
hit hard by number 5 right there.
Yeah, that's Trevon Collard. And that gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 11 at the 13. See if they take a shot at the end zone here. They got to get to the 2-yard line to get a first down.
I think if you get some positive yards, you're going to go for a field goal.
7-0 Cadets, 2:37 to go, first quarter. Play clock at 14, plenty of time for the Cadets to get set. Back in the pistol, 2 wide receivers split far side. Cole, the tight end, tight. There's a fire left side. He missed the first tackler. That's Jaden Reed. He wiggles his way inside the 10. He won't have enough for the first. That should be Gage Shantz time, but we'll see.
On the 8-yard line, and it looks like they're running on the field goal team right here.
Here comes Gage Shantz. He'll attempt a field goal.
Yeah, that sack that McClellan took right there kind of cost CBC an opportunity here in terms of touchdown. But, hey, he's running around out there trying to make stuff happen.
So this will get spotted at the 16-yard line. So it'll be a 26-yard field goal attempt for Shantz. Snap back, ball is down. Shantz's kick is up, and it is
no good.
No good. He hooked it left.
It looked like it went left on him. Gage did not kick last week, a little banged up from what I understand, and he didn't have any kicking duties, but back this week. And some people will notice a little bit different look here at DeSmet as the Spartans are on the far side of the field, which is normally where CBC is located. Normally the visitors. I'm not exactly sure what motivated them to want to be on that side of the field. Maybe that's Coach John Merritt's thing. Maybe that's something he wants to do, because I think this might be our first chance to face him over here.
Trips to the left for the Spartans. Duff takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Bubble screen near side. Caught across the 20 to the 25. That's number 10, Nathan Hatcher.
Hatcher, the leading receiver, 10 for 180 and an 18-yard average.
Picked up 6.
Good positive yardage play right there.
2nd and 4 for DeSmet. McCaster, a sole back in the backfield. Double tight ends. Duff gives it to McCaster, looking right side. He's going to cut it upfield. He'll have a first down across the 35, close to the 40. It looks like he went out of bounds at the 39. That'll be a first down for DeSmet. That's their first down, I believe, of the game.
It is. 55, Mike Cunningham's helmet got knocked off. He's got to go off the field. He was saying he got hit in the face, but officials said, don't care, you got to go.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line for DeSmet. 1 minute to play, first quarter. 7-0 Cadets. Duff is ready. Takes the snap, fakes to McCaster. He threw it to Hatcher, and he's going to have a lot of room. Hatcher inside the 40, inside the 35, finally thrown out of bounds by Zakeith Smith.
Hey, and Brandon Brandon Clark got hold really badly right in front of the official. Did not throw the flag. I mean, he was hooked up good, jersey and everything. But DeSmet's on the move here.
1st and 10 at the 33. DeSmet trying to drive to tie this game up. 52 seconds to go, first quarter. Duff to McCaster, up the middle, picks his way through, broke a couple tackles, dives to the marker. He'll be close.
So you're seeing that big offensive line for DeSmet start to open some holes. CBC's subbing a lot of guys quickly out there and moving a lot of different bodies on offense, trying to keep people fresh.
2nd and 2. Ball spotted at the 25.
Cortland Collins in at inside linebacker for J.P. Metzler right now.
It's McCaster again. Ooh, he had a hole on the right side. He cut it up the middle, but he gets the first down to the 20.
And I think that was all that was about. I think he felt like he might have had false daylight over there. Had he kept going, there might have been a position for him to get shut down. But another first down after getting none on the first couple series. Now they've gotten, what, 3?
3.
Pretty quickly at that.
Checking into the game, Emmanuel Scott, number 31. And he'll get the football. Cuts it up the middle, but he's hit. Not much there. Number 48,
2.
Cortland Collins in on the stop. Got a couple.
And I didn't see McCaster in the game, but McCaster has 2 receiving touchdowns, and that's going to bring us to the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. CBC leads 7-0. DeSmet driving. We want to say thanks to the folks at Mercy Sports Medicine for continuing to take care of our student athletes. Mercy is ranked as a top-tier Catholic health system nationally and offers the highest quality health care for students and families. To learn more, visit mercy.net. Well, CBC went for it on 4th down, didn't convert. Well, didn't really go for it. Fake punt. Then missed a field goal in close. And now DeSmet is driving to try to tie the game after CBC held them scoreless on their first 3 drives.
Yeah, I mean, CBC's defense is going to need to dial something new up here. Hopefully the quarter here gives them a little bit of time to catch their breath and figure out what DeSmet's doing a little bit differently. They obviously made an adjustment here, there, or the other, or maybe those guys finally are feeling the game here. They got punched in the mouth, and maybe they're decided to step up and answer, and that's the way it goes in this game sometimes.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 as we start the second quarter. The ball's at the 18-yard line. DeSmet now will go left to right.
Porter, Sims, Grunwald, and Collins are your linebacking core. Defensive backs have not changed.
Here's McCaster up the middle, squeezes through for 6. 18-yard touchdown run for Jaden McCaster. And DeSmet is an extra point away from tying this game up.
And he found a little seam off the left side right there, squeezed through. CBC didn't hold their gaps well enough, and McCaster's not a big dude, 5'8", 180, and he squeezed through there, got the touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. So DeSmet will attempt the extra point. It's number 95, Michael Scally. Out of the hold of Hatcher. The extra point is up, and it is good. 7-7 right here with 11:56 to go in the second quarter. First play of the second quarter is a DeSmet touchdown.
11:56 left to go in the quarter and then in the half, and CBC's going to get the ball back here. And both teams have scored going the same direction. So as the Sun's on the field, I'm not sure whether or not the Sun is playing a role in impacting the defense's ability to be able to do their job.
Kicking off will be number 93 for DeSmet. He'll tee it up.
CBC needs to back up a little bit.
Back deep for the Cadets, number 10, Vic Williams. And I was looking at the stat sheet, Coach, and it's funny. Vic Williams leads the team in rushing yards.
He does. And he's got some big runs, and I hope to see him again here, and he's got some burst.
He rushed for 138 last week on 5 carries. He also had a 43-yard touchdown catch in that game last week. So DeSmet will kick it off here. And it is a line drive kick that will get into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for CBC at the 20. A.J. Morris was also deep for CBC.
So CBC's offense is going to have their worst field position of the game right here. And they're going to need to settle in and find a way to drive this ball a little bit. Work on getting the ball in the hands of Corey Sims a little bit more. As you see, 82 Corday Gage checking the game as a receiver down here with Sims.
Pistol formation for CBC. Morris in the backfield with McClellan. McClellan hands it to Morris up the middle, driving for a couple. And on the stop number 8, Bryant Poole.
3 up to about the 23-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Dorsey and Key up top.
Gage and Sims near side. McClellan has time. Now he ducks out of pressure. He's trying to avoid the sack, and he doesn't. That's another big sack, and that's number 54, Quincy Bias.
That's his 5th sack of the year, I think.
And, Coach, these sacks, 3 sacks now of close to 10 yards each.
Well, here's the deal. They've got the Bryant film, and they saw what McClellan did against Bryant. And, I'm not on the CBC coaching staff, but I think they're going to, with this up front, they're going to have to figure out how to get the ball out quicker.
McClellan took it himself, and there's nothing there. In on the stop, number 99, Corey Arnett, along with a host of other DeSmet tacklers, and so CBC will punt from their own 15.
So now CBC's on the receiving end of a couple of bad sequences.
Back deep, Trevon Collard. Corday Gage stands at his goal line. 4th and 15. We have a whistle with 10:22 to go. Oh, talking to the PA announcer.
Stop talking during live action.
As a PA announcer myself, that's rule number 1, Coach.
Yeah, you don't talk while the play's going.
No, you don't. Gage gets a good snap. Rugby-style kick into the turf, and it bounces all the way to Collard. He's going to pick it up on the run, runs into his own man, bounces off. CBC's there. Number 23, Jacob Grunwald. And there's a flag on the play, I assume.
There's a couple of them. There's one on the near sideline. There's one up in the middle. I'm guessing we're going to get a hold or a block in the back. It's typically what it is on these special teams plays, but it's high school football, so sometimes a little different.
The officials gather around the 40-yard line, and here comes the announcement. So that'll push it back to the DeSmet 45. That'll be first down. Still good field position for the Spartans.
We're going to be on the 40, I think, maybe.
I thought he said 10-yard penalty.
Oh, he did say 10-yard penalty, but they're saying the end of the run. They're saying he was up to their 45 before he got driven.
Forward progress,
I don't know if he had forward progress that far up. But, all right.
Jimmy to wave him down, let him know.
No, I don't think he's going to give one flying hoot what I have to say. They never do. They always tell me, go stand on your sideline, Coach.
Me either. And I'm never on the sideline. Here's McCaster. He dives forward for close to 4. They're going to give him 3, 2nd and 7.
He was corralled in the backfield, managed to get his feet free and launch himself forward for a positive yardage there.
2nd and 7 at the 48. 3 tight on the near side.
Come
CBC
on, boys.
either jumped or were drawn. I'm going to say they probably jumped. Yes. That'll make it 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2 at the 48.
I always love it, and I'm the same way as a coach. Watch the ball, watch the ball. It's really hard. You're like zoned in and focused. You're ready to go. You're ready to go, ready to go. It's really hard to watch the ball there.
2nd and 2 at the 47. 9:33 and counting until halftime. McCaster picking his way up the middle, found some room, got a first down up to the CBC 40-yard line.
A.J. Matthews with the ankle tackle right there. 33, Sean Carbon sees his first action of the season.
It's good to see him back.
Yes.
He's going to be such a big factor as he gets more and more reps getting back into action.
You got to believe so.
Here's Duff, fires left side, caught and hit immediately.
Yep.
Wyatt Stoltz with the catch. Big hit over there on the far side.
Deion Cothran
That was Cothran
on the tackle right there. Good open field tackle. Oh, they're saying he dropped it? They must say he dropped it. I thought he caught it.
I did too.
It was a little bit of traffic we couldn't see through there.
And
Even better play by Vian.
And when he caught it, he kind of his back turned to us, so we didn't see where the ball went. So 2nd and 10. Usually I'll just blame my old eyes, but I think it was just we were shielded. This is McCaster near side, stiff arm, gets out of bounds. Good play defensively by the Cadets. That was number 11 for CBC, Austin Tillman.
So 3rd and 4. This is probably 2-down territory for DeSmet, I would think. I don't know how big a foot their kicker has. CBC's got to make sure they set that edge. McCaster can scoot.
3rd and 4. Quick pass to Hatcher, far side. He's going to work off the block, and he'll dive ahead for a first down.
34 for DeSmet. Ridge James with a really good block on number 1, A.J. Matthews. A.J. kind of took exception to that. I wonder if there was some extracurricular stuff going on during that.
I believe.
These teams do not like each other, folks.
No.
Okay.
So that'll push it back after that flag. Ridge James, the son of former Mizzou fullback Ron James.
Oh, is that so?
Rhino.
Okay.
The lead blocker for Brock Olivo for you old school Mizzou fans.
And that goes back a few years.
It sure does, back into the 90s. 3rd and 10 for the Cadet defense.
Ooh, almost got CBC again on that one.
Duff also a good basketball player, isn't
Heck
he?
of a basketball player.
Shotgun snap, Duff sets up, he's got time, fires over the head of the receiver, looking for number 17, Liam Russo. That was airmailed, it'll be 4th and 10.
Well, there's a flag up there. I wonder if that's going to be a hold or roughing the passer. I don't think they really got to Duff. Oh.
And a
That's so
15-yard penalty.
That's so unfortunate.
The Cadets had him stopped on 3rd and 10, and it'll be now 1st and 10 at the CBC 25.
Can't make those sorts of mental mistakes. I didn't see who did it, but it doesn't really matter.
First down for DeSmet. Here's McCaster, left side, cuts it up in there, and he is met by a host of CBC defenders.
We're going to have about 6 on that.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 at the 19. Ball spotted on the left hash. DeSmet going left to right, looking for that go-ahead score. 8 minutes to go, first half. 7-7. So far, it's been all that's been advertised. 2 heavyweights going at it today. And a nip and tuck game so far. Blitz off the far side, and they get to him. Duff is sacked. A late blitz on the far side.
Well, I don't know if that was Vian or if that was Jameer Sims, but he came hard off the edge. Duff stepped up, ran into one of his own guys, and they got caught up in the trash.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 6. 7:22 to go. 7-7
got the wrong cheer going here. They're doing Chiefs tomahawk chop cheer.
I didn't know Spartans did tomahawk chops. Duff trying to escape. He can't, and he's knocked down. The Cadets were all over that one.
Arthur Porter was the first one there, managed to trip him up and get him off balance. And then CBC kept coming, finally able to get him to the ground.
So that makes it 4th and 8. And I assume that means a field goal attempt here for the Spartans.
Is it Carter Fain? Is he their kicker?
Let's see who lines up to kick here for
Maybe he's the long
DeSmet. Number 90, that is Mark Gartner, the punter. He'll kick out of the hold of Hatcher. Their extra point kicker was Michael Scally.
I would be like, and I don't know, CBC's watched way more film than I have. I would be like, watch the fake, watch the fake.
40-yard attempt here for Gartner to put DeSmet in front. Snapback ball down. Kick is up, and it is
no good.
No good. He hooked it left.
All right, both teams with nice touchdown runs. Both teams with opportunistic red zone opportunities that ended up with failed field goal opportunities, and you are seeing two teams slug it out.
You would think with 6:45 to go and a timeout on the field that you would just do the water break now, Coach. But they're not going to.
No,
they're going to wait till that 6 minute mark.
It's got to be under halfway
six,
through the quarter. Well, it's really supposed to. Technically, they're supposed to stop the clock at 6.
Got it.
And start up from there. They don't ever do that.
So Cadet ball, 1st and 10 at the 20. See if the CBC Cadets can get an offensive drive cooking here. McClellan, high snap, hands it off. Morris cuts it upfield. That's Vic Williams. Vic Williams across the 30 to the 32. Coach, it just seems to me that every time Vic Williams is in the game,
I know.
He
agree
breaks
with you.
off big runs.
He's got burst. He's got some burst. That's not to say these other guys don't. I mean,
No,
this adds another element to this backfield. CBC having trouble getting their sign with the sun in their eyes.
12-yard pickup, 1st and 10. McClellan to Williams, far side, looking to break a tackle. He tries to cut it up, but he's hit down after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He got 3. Sims got dumped on his butt over there. He turned around late in order to make a block, was a little off balance, got spilled.
So it'll be 2nd and 7, ball spotted at the 35.
There's that water break you're talking about.
There we
you're
go.
talking about Vic Williams.
Yes.
You know, and you see it right there. He's got great speed to the perimeter, and you saw how quickly DeSmet got there. It just gives you an idea of the team speed for both of these teams. I really think for both teams, you're going to be better off going straight at teams downhill. You're going to get stuffed a few times, but you're going to find that little seam that somebody can hop through and be able to get some big plays like you did on the first play on 1st down there for Vic Williams.
And DeSmet figured that out too. CBC has great team speed. McCaster's touchdown run was right up the middle, 18 yards.
But you still have to run to the perimeter a little bit in order to get them thinking about that and running to the perimeter, running to the edge, keeping that contained so that it creates those seams. If you just keep pounding the middle, you know, everybody's packing that area.
So CBC back onto the field. It'll be 2nd and 7 at their own 35. 6 minutes left, first half. 7-7. Both teams have missed a field goal. There's been one turnover. That was DeSmet throwing an interception. And then a turnover on downs. CBC tried a fake punt.
Boy, I really wish Corey Sims was down here with all this field over here. Fade him out. Let him go up and get it. What do we got here?
Officials want to talk this over.
Looking at the clock. Oh, they got to put it back to 6 minutes because that's where the water break happens, even if the time runs over.
Yeah, when they called it at 5:57, but they have the 6 minutes up on the clock, so I don't know what they're.
I do not know what these guys are doing. Sorry, we're silent. We're trying to figure out what's going on just like you are. As now the White Hats walking over to the DeSmet bench. Talking to Coach John Merritt. Oh, they're making 6 come out of the game. I think because of his helmet earlier. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Number 11,
I thought that was 2 plays ago.
A.J. Byerly will check in for number 6, Justin Terry. Now what? Another whistle, and the official is going to go talk it over to the DeSmet sideline.
Okay, if they were making him go off at the helmet, that was 2 plays ago.
Right.
That was on the Williams' first carry.
So 2nd and 7, ball spotted at the 35. 6 minutes to go, second quarter, 7-7 game. Both teams. CBC threw a haymaker on a 58-yard run by Morris, and then DeSmet jabbed its way down the field for an 18-yard touchdown run. And these two heavyweights are going at it. McClellan, not much there.
He got cut off at the legs right there.
And pressuring on the near side once again, Quincy Bias.
64, Gavin Dobby was working to his outside. His guy cut back in the middle of him. And Nick got about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. We got about 6.5 to go here, I think.
Ball spotted just shy of the 36-yard line. Empty backfield for McClellan. He sets, he fires, and it is over the head and intercepted. They're going to call it intercepted. It was deflected after the high
he's
throw.
calling it incomplete.
They're saying it hit the ground.
The back judge is saying the ball hit the ground.
Number 9 was the player that intercepted it for DeSmet, Braden Wakula.
So that'll give CBC an opportunity to punt here.
Yeah, that throw was just a little high there from McClellan.
Yeah, needs to settle his feet a little bit, calm down a little bit. You know, anytime in this rivalry, it's your first go-round of playing in this rivalry, it's always a little nerve-wracking.
Trevon Collard is deep for DeSmet. They also have an up man, most likely to guard for Gage, possibly taking off here. I imagine he's going to play more of a spy. That's number 29, Amari Williams.
They can't figure out who's going into sub for Beion Cothran. The officials made him come off.
Play clock now starts, and now more whistles.
He's running him off because his helmet wasn't done up right. Or knee pads weren't down. That's what they're going to run these kids off on their knee pads.
Interesting. Now he's pulling his knee pads down. That's number 29, Brandon Clark.
We're going to get called for a delay of game here in a minute because we don't want to cover up our knees. And it's isolated to us. It's all these kids want to emulate everything they see in college and the pros. And I don't think we were lined up right. Oh, interesting. In the neutral zone on DeSmet, I think is what I saw the far official signal. And I don't think you go for it if you're CBC, but now you really got to be thinking about Corral and Corday Gage.
4th and 1.
They just ran their entire punt return team off, brought their defense back on the field. Exactly what I would do, but I would not be waiting if I'm CBC. As soon as that's marked the play, go.
Low snap, Gage runs right and then boots it. High end over end kick, far side, will go out of bounds. No. Fielded by Collard, and he's hit over there at the 20-yard line, and a penalty flag.
That's probably maybe a face mask.
Oh, what's that flag for?
It was way over here. I don't know.
After a pretty clean first quarter, this has been a very choppy, lots of whistles second quarter.
I think we got a face mask. Maybe a 5-yarder. I don't know. We don't need to have a political convention in the middle of the field every time there's a penalty, guys. Make your decision and move on. It's hot. These kids want to play.
And how did this official way over here on this side see that? He's got better eyes than I do. So now they're discussing. Now they all have to gather.
I know I'm pretty ruthless on the officials. Just,
I mean, they do want to get it right.
I get it, but illegal subs.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Result, first down.
Interesting.
Illegal.
Is that
Oh, that's on. Oh, that's a first down for CBC's offense.
illegal
Illegal
substitution?
substitution.
So how did the flag come out way down here?
I think he was doing a head count.
Interesting. How about that? That's a huge break for CBC.
That is a monster penalty. Either that or DeSmet ran a guy on late and didn't get him in the, like, if whoever was turning the kick, he touched the ball first. If he came on late or if he was the 12th guy or whatever, because they ran their defense back on the field. And I wonder if they actually ran, that should have been illegal participation, not illegal substitution, which is 15. And I bet you that's what they were talking about.
So at the 46, the Cadets have a fresh set of downs. McClellan fakes, drops back, looks, fires deep, looking for Sims, dives and makes the catch.
Wow,
Corey
folks.
Sims.
Wow. Hey, folks, that's what big-time D1 looks like right there. You saw it last year with Jeremiah McClellan. I thought that ball was way over Corey Sims' head, and he laid out to go get it.
You had been calling for them to put it up for him.
I let him go get the ball. We saw that last year with Jeremiah McClellan. Let Corey Sims take care of this game.
1st and 10 at the 16. Second time the Cadets are in the red zone. This is Morris. No, McClellan kept it himself up the middle, picked up a few.
Got about 4, 3.5.
Corey Sims, what a catch. Highlight reel. That'll go on his huddle page. 2nd and 6, 4-yard pickup. Ball on the 12. 2 backs in the backfield. McClellan takes the snap, fires near side. Incomplete.
Wonder if it got deflected. It was intended for Jaden Key. I couldn't see through there very well. We do not have a great high vantage point on the field here at DeSmet. Their mezzanine where we're set up is pretty low to the field.
We're pretty close to the angle you can see on TV from the camera.
Yeah, I mean, we're standing right next to the cameras.
Right, so that angle is our angle. 3rd and 6. McClellan, more in the backfield, steps up. Now he's going to roll left. He's going to be pressured and sacked. Another big sack for DeSmet.
I think A.J. Morris was open down here on the near side.
Titan Davis and Corey Arnett. Davis got there first. Arnett finished it off.
Looks like we're going to try another field goal from this side.
See if Shantz can redeem himself after he hooked the first one. Shantz has a big enough leg to make this. There's no doubt about that.
What are we looking at?
35.
He's right in the middle of the field.
And he hooked a 26-yarder from the left hash. This one's right in the middle of the field. 35-yard attempt. Snap back, ball is down. The kick is up. It is good.
There we go.
So the Cadets, with 3:30 to go until halftime, take a 10-7 lead. They cash in on the 4th down penalty on DeSmet and the ridiculous catch by Corey Sims to set him up.
I just think you gotta. I mean, Corey Sims is what? I mean, 6'4".
Yeah.
Is that what they got him listed at? 6'4", 205, great speed. Send him vertical, get him in one-on-one matchups, and let him go up and get the ball. Just let Nick put it up there. Let him get rid of it quick.
Sims is one of those guys like McClellan last year, and a lot of the receivers CBC's had over the years. If you Cameron Babb, you think of the long list, the long line of receivers. If you get the ball in the vicinity, those guys will adjust and go make a play.
Yep. Well, and it just will take a lot of pressure off of Nick.
Yeah.
Quick reads, get the ball out, get it up.
Javion Griesemer will kick it off. His first time kicking right to left. No wind to speak of.
Oh, my gosh, it is stale.
And here's the kick. It is a ground ball to the third baseman. Picked up there and slid down at the 39. Number 40, Eddie Unger, made a nice play at the hot corner there, Coach.
Yeah, he did. I got to give a shout out to one of our guys here, Dr. Rocky Strub, former athletic director at CBC. He's texting me left and right. And while I can't share everything he's saying, he's got some great takes on some of this. And thanks for the shout out, Rock.
1st and 10 at the 39. Shotgun snap. Duff looks, fires over the middle. It's caught across midfield into CBC territory at the 45. That's Liam Russo with the catch. Duff had a little time to make a play, and Russo sat down right there in the zone.
Looks like J.P. Metzler might have been on a delayed blitz or got a little lost, not sure which. And Russo just settled in right behind where he vacated at his inside linebacker spot, and Duff hit him on a strike.
Russo, a big target at 6'6". Here's Duff. Hands it to McCaster, looking left side, picks over, but he's
he got
hit.
Nothing.
Number 48 in on the stop. That's Cortland Collins.
Jordan Watson.
Jordan Watson, yep. Also, Rufino helped finish it off.
And Rufino's coming out. Dorian Magruder, run DMC going in the game.
Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9 at the CBC 44. 35-yard line, the line to gain.
Oh, I feel a little breeze.
Oh, we called for it. We need a little breeze. Duff, low snap, sets up, fires far side. Caught again, another big tight end over there. Pickup of 8. That's number
another
89.
Flag on the ground. I don't know what that's.
Zane Schellinger with the catch.
Yeah, big tackle right there. Jameer Sims. What do we got? I'm looking for the wide hat. I can't find him.
He's right in the middle there. Let's see what this flag is for. DeSmet pointing at CBC. Another face mask penalty called on the Cadet defense.
So you're getting McCaster's helmet popped off there, and it was as a result, and I didn't see it happen, but I'm based on that explanation. It happened because of the CBC defender got his hand on his face mask and took it off for him. So he's allowed to stay in, and with 2:26 left to go in the half here, DeSmet is marching with a little bit of help from CBC.
They're at the Cadet 29, 1st down and 10. DeSmet has 2 very big, very talented tight ends who you just saw make a couple of catches back-to-back. That's McCaster. He picks up a couple.
He didn't have a whole lot to do. I mean, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and there was just a wall of CBC guys waiting there for him.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 at the 28. You've got Russo for DeSmet, 6'6". You've got Schellinger, 6'5", number 89. Looking down the middle of the field, he's got Russo, but it's batted away by A.J. Matthews.
A.J. Matthews with the volleyball spike went up and got that ball. They had another guy down the seam, and if he puts that ball up,
yeah, if he leads him a little longer, a little more air, he's got 6.
Probably if he throws it sooner.
Yeah.
He waited too long to throw that ball.
3rd and 9 now at the 28. I would imagine this is 4-down territory. 1:46 to go. I'm not sure that Gartner's got the leg. Metzler comes on late on defense.
You gotta wonder what happened there. I don't know if
and a timeout.
CBC calls that. And that's a good timeout in this situation. You want to make sure you got your personnel right. You don't want to take a chance that you don't have your personnel right. Give up a big play.
$1:46 to go, Coach. 1:46, second quarter. 10-7. So many times, we've talked about over the years, so many times you have a build-up to a great matchup that everyone is counting on. It's, a lot of times it doesn't live up to the billing. This certainly has so far.
Well, it has. And here's the deal. The last 2 weeks, DeSmet's been in some slugfest. I mean, It was 7-3 at halftime, I think it was 7-3 with them at halftime at SLU last week before they pulled away 23-3, and they beat MICDS 28-6, and I think that might have been 14-6, 14-3 at halftime in that game. So other than their game against Creighton Prep, where I think they won 48-7, they've been in some slugfests against teams that are familiar with them.
Yes. Here we go, big third down for the Cadet defense. 3rd and 9 at the 28. See what DeSmet has dialed up here. Duff, he's going to roll slightly right, deep, fires, caught, Russo. He should have the first down.
Ooh, he's in bounds.
And
he was not out of bounds. His knee was down before he went out. That's I'm looking right at it. That's a very bad call.
They give him the first down at the 18.
Unless he just stopped it because it was a first down. We'll see whether they wind the clock right here. They did. Okay, so he was out of bounds. He was calling it because of the first down. I was like, ooh. I thought he was giving him out of bounds.
Smart play call there by DeSmet, leaking Russo out and giving Duff a little extra room with that deep, slight roll. Here's McCaster up the middle, has a little seam. Cuts it upfield, tackled by number 17. That's Jameer Sims.
At this point right here, if you're CBC, a win would be to force a field goal opportunity.
DeSmet has all 3 of their timeouts left. 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. At the 13. Duff, under a minute to go until halftime. Fires over the middle. Russo sits down. He's going to be close to a first down. And they're going to give him the first down inside the 10.
He sat down in the zone right there, and Duff put it where only he could catch it. Looks like DeSmet's taking a timeout right here with 53 seconds left to go in the half.
10-7 Cadets. DeSmet marching here inside the 10-yard line. Our thanks to the team at Athletic Republic Performance Sports Training for their support of the Cadet Student Network. If your son or daughter is interested in elite training, call CBC alum Charlie McDaniel and the team at the Athletic Republic to schedule a free session. That's 314-432-6103 to reserve your session today. Don't forget about our CBC CSN presenting sponsor, State Farm agent Tim Kylo, also a CBC alum. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor, as I said, of CSN. We're incredibly grateful for his support. Give him a call, 314-842-4442. Shoot him an email at tim@timkylo.com.
CBC will be able to get their defense set the way they want it. DeSmet will be able to have their play dialed up right here.
1st and goal, DeSmet at the 8, 53 seconds to go until halftime.
DeSmet's still in a position where they can run the ball if they want to with 53 seconds left and two timeouts.
2 tight ends in the game tight, 2 wide receivers far right, and McCaster is drilled in the backfield. Blitzing in Tristan Abram.
That's Tristan Abram. He just beat the pants off of his dude.
That forces another DeSmet timeout. What a big play by Abram.
He anticipated the snap count right there and just basically used his quickness.
That's his 5th tackle for loss. That leads the Cadets. He also leads CBC's defense with 3 sacks coming into the game.
We saw, I think 2 of those might have been last week.
Yeah.
The first one was like, he didn't know what to do. He's like, nobody touched me. And he's like, kind of stumbled in there and fell on the Chaminade quarterback.
We come back to action. It'll be 2nd and 12 at the 12. No, should be 2nd and, if it's at the 12, oh yeah, 2nd and goal. That's right. They started at the 8-yard line. So a loss of 4 on that sack, or on that tackle for loss. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 12.
And this is a packed house as I look left.
It really is.
Right.
Standing room only.
There's not a lot of room here. Sold out early, as you see a lot of people sitting up in and around the grass in the end zones.
Duff has time, fires near side. That's Russo once again across the formation, wide open for a touchdown.
The CBC just lost him as he came across. Not sure what their coverage was supposed to be up, but I don't know if they picked somebody off or He just got lost. Drags across, gets the ball, turns up for a score.
His 4th touchdown of the season, Liam Russo lined up on the left tackle, and he came across the formation underneath, wide open. So on to attempt the extra point, Michael Scally.
Looks like DeSmet will have the lead going into halftime, barring some heroics.
The Cadets will get the ball to start the second half. Kick is good. 14-10 Spartans. 39 seconds left in this first half.
We'll see what DeSmet decides to dial up on their kickoff team. They kicked it deep into the end zone last time. I'm going to guess they're going to do the same here.
.39 seconds to go in an action-packed first half. And the Cadets are going to send Corey Sims deep with Vic Williams. 2 of your most explosive playmakers deep, Sims and Vic Williams for the Cadets.
What do we got here? We got, seemed like some confusion on who was supposed to be on the field.
DeSmet leads 14-10, 39 seconds to go, first half. Here's the kick, and that's going to be returnable. Sims at the 4, far side. Cuts it upfield along the sideline, gets out of bounds near the 20. So if you're going to have them return it, you got to pin them in the corner, and that's what they did.
Well, they did, and Corey tried to come a little bit to his left and find a seam back up to his right, and I think he had the right idea, but I think he maybe needed to hold and pull them a little bit back toward the middle of the field before he went up there. Nonetheless, DeSmet knocks him out at 23.
So 1st and 10 at the 23. .35 seconds to go. First half. We'll see what Coach Pingle wants to do here. CBC will get the ball to start the second half. Up the middle, not much.
Yeah, I think they're just going to
run this out.
Yeah, I think they're just going to run it out.
That was Courtney Rivers. Coach Pingle is calling them over. That's going to be the end of the first half. CBC trailing DeSmet 14-0. And Coach
14-10. 14-10.
14-10. I'm sorry.
I might have to throw you out on the field
CBC
there.
Cadet fans are up in arms right now.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. 14-10. DeSmet leads. Coach, this first half, back and forth. 2 of the best teams in St. Louis lived up to the billing. What do the Cadets need to do in the second half?
They need to keep pounding the ball, and I think they need to find a way to put the ball up to Corey Sims and see whether or not he wants to be, whether he can be a difference maker in this game. He's made 1 huge catch. He's had a couple other bubble screen situations, but try to get the ball in his hands as many times as you can going forward. I really think, even though DeSmet's really good defensively, you got to try to get the ball out quick and get it up to him and let him make a play.
The sacks have really hurt CBC in this
They
half.
have, and that's part of it is like, you know, they're really, really good up front, and and Nick's not able to slide out of this like he was against Bryant. So just getting the ball up and out early, you know, and let Corey be Corey.
DeSmet 14, CBC 10. It's halftime. We'll be back with the second half here shortly. We're back here ready for the third quarter. My name's Randy Molman. Coach Chris Maris alongside. 14-10, DeSmet leads. CBC will get the ball. And, Coach, what a great first half. Very competitive. Both teams missing field goals. Both teams with good long drives. A couple big plays. I mean, we've had it all.
It's been a pretty explosive first half despite not having a lot of scoring. You're kind of holding your breath, waiting for the next big play to happen. And we'll see what happens here as DeSmet will be kicking off to CBC here to start the second half.
Cadets will be going right to left. Vic Williams already heading
flipping.
Back deep. Oh, they're going to flip to the other side. They're calling Vic Williams back now. He's got to walk 90 yards the other way.
I just saw the officials at midfield flipping us to the other side.
So the Cadets will get the ball here to start the second half. I think one of the things that we'll look at is if there's some adjustments to help give McClellan a little bit more time to find receivers because he's been pressured on a lot of his dropbacks.
He has. I mean, he's getting under pressure quick. He's holding on the ball, trying to get the second, third reads. If his first read's dead, and he might just have to, take a shot at that first read or have a better feel for that second read and just go to it quicker. I know I want to protect the football. And a couple comments from people on the side in the first half, boy, CBC's playing really, really conservatively. And it's like, okay, yeah, you've got two heavyweights slugging it out. And it's kind of like playing chicken. Who's going to flinch first and do something that's going to, sway the momentum in a huge way? Both teams had apparent turnovers. CBC's ended up not being one, but here we go.
We are underway in the second half. A.J. Morris inside the 5 will return it to the middle of the field. He's going to try to go far side. He cuts it up, and he's brought down shy of the 20-yard line.
Long run from his side all the way across to get not a whole lot, just shy of the 20 right there.
Cadets will start 1st and 10 at the 18.
First quarter was pretty clean on the penalties, and the second quarter was littered with them.
It really was. Let's hope we have a little bit more of the first quarter in this third quarter. How about that?
Well, I'd be happy with that. CBC had a 7-0 lead after the first quarter, and DeSmet scored 14 in the second while CBC grabbed the one field goal.
11:55 to go, just underway. Third quarter, 14-10. DeSmet leads. CBC with the ball. Two wide receivers split near side. Sims lines up in the slot. Dorsey comes in motion. They hand it to Morris, and he is met right in the middle of that DeSmet defense.
Well, I think on the first series, they didn't motion into it, I don't think, but they had a heavy formation, a trips formation, and ran back to the weak side, and that's where Morris sprung that. I think we're trying to go back to the well there on a play similar with some motion to try to get DeSmet to move around a little bit, and looks like DeSmet may have fixed that gap control there.
Ben Higgins stood up Morris, 1-yard gain. McClellan again, now he fakes, fires, caught Corey Sims. He's going to avoid one tackler, another. He's got some room near side, and finally brought down by number 9, Braden Wakula. But that's good for a first down for the Cadets up to the 30.
Sims sat down in the zone right there, and McClellan delivered a strike. Corey did the rest to get to the first down.
That might be a good way to get him the ball more. Maybe just have him run some routes where he can get open and let his playmaking ability go to work. McClellan fires again, sitting down, caught there.
Dorsey.
And that's Dorsey. Pick up a 4.
So trying to hit some little hitches here. Try to soften up the defense, get DeSmet running around a little bit. DeSmet pretty sure on the tackling so far.
2nd and 6 at the 34. CBC wants to run a little tempo here. They get to the line quickly. McClellan design run up the middle. Spins. He'll have the first down. Finally hit from behind by Jason King. What a nice run by McClellan in traffic.
Probably his best run of the night, if I'm recalling correctly. Did a nice job of spotting up through there, spinning out of there to get CBC the first down, and that's 2 now on the move.
First down at the 44. Jackson Cole in the game, tight on the right side of the formation. 2 wide receivers near side. No one split far left, but a wide receiver in the slot over there. Now Sims is going to go in motion. McClellan looks. Now he's going to reverse it, come back the other way. But guess who's there? Number 54, that is Quincy Bias in the backfield, shedding the tackler and closing quickly.
Yeah, Jackson Cole was trying to close off that backside so he could turn, but he got a little too flat on his block, didn't give himself enough of an angle, couldn't keep any leverage on Bias, and Nick couldn't get out the back door there, lost 5 there. And that's been a drive killer for CBC. They've had some, got the ball moving, and then all of a sudden they get sacked or tackled for a big loss.
2nd and 15. Pistol formation in the backfield. Sims spread to the right. This is Morris. He's going to cut it in the hole. Burst through all the way into DeSmet territory for a first down, 17 yards.
Great north-south run right there by A.J. Morris. Got himself up in the hole and just kept going and got what he could get out of the play.
One cut into the hole for Morris. That was beautiful. 1st and 10 at the 43. McClellan gives to Morris again. He's going to stretch it out, cut it upfield, inside the 35-30. Finally tackled over at the 30-yard line. Another big 15-yard, 14-yard pickup and a first down. 2 big runs for A.J. Morris.
And they bring in Vic Williams here. They had a double tight end set on the right there with Jake Plummer first and Jackson Cole. They were both double tight end wing, a very heavy personnel situation for CBC.
McClellan fires towards the end zone, looking for Sims, and it's through his hands.
Through his hands. And I wanted to see more of that. I want to see more of that right there. I think Corey catches that ball more often than not. Great ball right there by Nick. I think Corey probably wants that one back. Contested throw, don't get me wrong, but
Justin Terry had good coverage, but Sims got his hands on it as he was falling backwards into the corner of the end zone.
I like taking a shot right there, kind of get DeSmet kind of like, oh, dear.
2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 30, 8:32 to go, 3rd quarter, 14-10. DeSmet leads CBC. Cadets driving. McClellan, shotgun snap, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself. Up the middle, not much. Stuff there, in on the stop, number 2, Josiah Houston, among others.
Got maybe a yard, a couple inches there on that play, just across the 30-yard line. And 3rd and 10 here.
The DeSmet fans get loud. McClellan fires in the flat, caught. That's Vic Williams, near side. Stiff arm down the sideline, dancing. They say he's out of bounds.
He's going to be short
by
about a yard.
4th and 1. I wonder if you go for it here, Coach.
This is about where they hit the field goal from.
A.J. Johnson checks in. Looks like the Cadets are going to go for it. 4th and 1 at the 21. You got to get good leverage off the ball on the line of scrimmage here for CBC. Johnson in the backfield. He gets it up the middle, and he burrows through, and
he's going to be close.
This is going to be close. Nope, they're saying turnover on downs. Didn't get across the 20, and that's what he needed to do, and DeSmet holds and will get the football up by 4. $7:54 to go. 3rd quarter, DeSmet now takes over on downs.
Nice drive by CBC, but it's an adage in high school football. When you've got to drive the ball, invariably you're going to make a mistake, and it's going to cost you. It's really, really hard to just drive.
Here's Duff. And we're going to get a false start here by the Spartans. So it'll be 1st and 15. They'll mark it back to the 16-yard line.
I think that was number 70, Sam Robinson, the senior.
CBC started this game in control, then DeSmet gained a little momentum in that 2nd quarter and took the lead. This has been a good one here at DeSmet. Hand off to McCaster. He's trying to stretch it far side. CBC's defense is there. Not much, if any, for McCaster.
Tillman with the tackle. Nice open field tackle. McCaster was trying to get out there one-on-one on him and see if he can make him miss, and Tillman just did a great job staying right with him.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 15 at the 16-yard line.
You got to wonder, when is DeSmet going to come back and drag one of these tight ends or these receivers across the field?
The tight end has been quite a weapon for Dylan Duff in this game, specifically Liam Russo. Duff, he's in trouble. He's trying to buy time. Now he fires out of bounds. Russo was the intended receiver, but he was bracketed over on the sideline, and Duff wisely threw it away. 3rd and 15, a big 3rd down for the Cadets.
Good pressure right there by CBC and good coverage.
$7:10 to go, 3rd quarter.
The CBC defense a little bit more shorthanded as Nick Musig was here at halftime getting his shoulder wrapped up with ice. I didn't see whether he put his... there we go.
That's going to push this back another 5 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 20 from the 11.
They say Rayshawn Smith subbing in for Jordan Watson, the junior. Yeah, I see Musig down here talking to trainer Brady Moore. So it should be Jameer Sims and Arthur Porter.
Keep an eye on Russo out of the bunch at the top of the formation. 3rd and 20 from the 11-yard line. Handoff to McCaster, right side. Oh, my goodness. He's going to be close. He's going to be close. Where do they spot it?
At the 29.
3rd and 20, and he picked up
He's
19.
Short. He's short, so CBC holds. But, they called him out of bounds way sooner.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let's see where they
They're
put the
walking
sticks.
it up. It'll
Okay,
be 4th and 3.
still not
and
as
2.
close as I thought he was.
Wow.
But, hey, if you're CBC now, you got to watch the ball here.
Yep.
You know, good punt teams are going to have a hard count.
Nobody deep for the Cadets. 4th and 2. They're going to watch this very carefully. Gartner into punt. Standing at his own 15. He gets it off, and now back deep. Looks like Zackees Smith. Oh, he's going to pick it up, fumble it, picks it back up, knocked out of bounds. That was dangerous.
That scared the life out of me there, folks. I'm like, oh, dear Lord, you just had a great defensive series. You had a play right there that almost went south at you at the end of the series, and then maybe unwisely fielded the ball. CBC had their defense out there, so that's why Zackees was back deep. As you can see, he's frustrated over here. And Terrence Brunson, one of the defensive back coaches, over here talking to him, trying to calm him down.
So a very good punt at the end of the day. That flips field position for DeSmet.
Well, that's the average that we were talking about
Yeah.
from him at the very beginning here.
Yeah, 41-yard average coming in. His first 2 punts were nowhere close to 41 yards, but he booted that one. So at the 24-yard line, that's where the Cadets will start. 1st and 10, going left to right. Trips to the right on the short side of the field. Pistol formation now in motion. Number 3, that's Courtney Rivers. They're going to give it to Morris. No, that's Vic Williams, and he is hit hard by number 99, Corey Arnett. No gain.
Senior heavy defense here for DeSmet. Nice play there by Arnett from his nose tackle position.
2nd and 10 at the 24. McClellan fakes, drops back, going deep, looking for Sims. Intercepted. Intercepted by number 9, Braden Wakula. Ball was behind Sims. Wakula was behind a step and went up to make the catch, but we're going to have a flag on the field. Personal foul, roughing the passer. 1st down, CBC.
Boy, you got the two fan bases going back and forth here all night here.
Absolutely.
On the same side of the field. And you heard the DeSmet fans cheering after the interception, and now you hear the CBC fans. And I think, on that play, I think Corey misjudged it a little bit. I think he probably, because he pulled up and then he went a little deeper, I think he was having trouble getting an idea how far that ball was going, because I think he would have liked to have had a better shot at that ball.
1st and 10 at the 39 after the penalty for the Cadets. In motion, Jaden Reed. McClellan hands it off. Dragged down after a couple.
Tuck your shirts in, boys. Tuck them in and wear them tight.
Vic Williams on the carry, tackled by Titan Davis.
I think he got a piece of that jersey at the end is the only way he got that. So we are at that third quarter water break here.
6 minutes to go in the third. Water break here, and it's 14-10. DeSmet leads. CBC has the ball.
I mean, you are seeing a slugfest here,
Really
folks. I mean, you're watching two really good defenses go at it. I mean, here's the deal. I know there was a roughing the passer, but what a great interception by the DeSmet defensive back right there against an elite receiver. And wow. I mean, CBC on their previous possession, on their previous defensive stand, holding DeSmet back, McCaster and Duff. You know, they've had each team's had moments, but nobody's really been able to get control and have traction in this game.
So the Cadets out of the water break, 6 minutes to go, third quarter. They're down 4. They have the ball, 2nd and 8 at their own 41. 2 wide receivers split to the top of your screen, 2 down here to the right. Pistol formation behind McClellan. McClellan fakes it, keeps it himself. He's got room over the left side, cuts it upfield. McClellan, he's down the sideline. He's going to go inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, and no flags. CBC touchdown, 59 yards.
They hit that so fast. They didn't wait as long. They didn't let it develop as long. If you watch this play, he hands that ball off, and he's coming out the back door in a hurry. And as soon as he hits that seam, he cuts back against the grain. DeSmet was there for him, but he cut back, and they had over-pursued him to the perimeter. And bam, he cut it back all the way to the other side of the field. Scores into our right side of our end zone, just getting in on the pursuit.
So the 2 touchdowns for the Cadets, 58 yards and 59 yards. A.J. Morris the first, and just now Nick McClellan. The extra point is good, and the Cadets back on top, 17-14 with 5:45 to go in the third.
Great job right there by the Cadet offensive line in order to open that up. And, you got to feel like some of the deep balls that were thrown, even though, it softens up a little bit. It makes your defense have to spread back out a little bit. And in that particular situation, it looked like DeSmet might have been playing pass. And, boy.
And on that option look, McClellan saw all that room over on the left side, kept it for himself, and took off. You said it, fast around the corner there.
I mean, he hasn't hit one quite that hard, that fast in this game. And you got to wonder, I was talking to some people at halftime. It's like, this is only Nick's 4th game as a starting varsity quarterback. It's going to take some time. And he spent a lot of time last year, even though he played quarterback on the JV a little bit, he spent a lot of time last year playing safety for the varsity. And he's probably going to be a cornerback or a safety in college. But he has such a huge element at quarterback when he can do it.
Javion Griesner will kick it off for the Cadets. Hits a line drive shot that bounces to McCaster, returning it across the 20. Oh, he squirts through down the sideline, and he gets a nice return.
He hopped over somebody on the ground over there who's laying on the ground and got himself up there. We had him pinned in the corner. We just didn't get enough hats to him. And DeSmet's going to have decent field position on about the 35. Might as well kicked it out of bounds at that rate. Save yourself the abuse. Seriously, there are plenty of times. I'm like, we're just going to kick it out of bounds. I don't want anybody getting hit. I don't want it returned for a touchdown.
1st and 10 to DeSmet at their own 35. They're going to try to answer. CBC just scored. They lead 17-14. 5:39 to go. Handoff up the middle, and that's the big man, number 31, Emmanuel Scott, 5'10", 220.
Yeah, he's a load right there. He's their answer to our
A.J. Johnson.
Cortland Collins' helmet comes off, so Jacob Grumwalt checks back in, and those 3 inside linebackers have been rotating quite a bit in this game.
Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4 at the 41. Trips to the left in a bunch formation. They fire on the screen, and ball is loose! Picked up by the Cadets. Was it caught? Was it caught? Let's see. It looks like they're going to say. Let's see. They're going to talk it over. They're going to talk it over first to see if Hatcher caught it.
This is a huge play.
How about number 6, Vion Cothran, around the block to get the backside hit. They're going to see if he caught the ball first. That's what they're discussing. Did he have control of the ball before it got knocked free? And by the way, if no official saw it,
the play on the field
ought to stand. Let's see.
There we go.
CBC football.
I'm not sure he caught it, but boy, it was close. It was close. And here's the thing. Last year, we had a couple of balls go off of guys and get intercepted and have things like that happen as well. So, I mean, wow.
How about Vion Cothran on that play, beating his block and hitting number 10 in the back, Nathan Hatcher, to pop the ball free, and it was recovered, I believe, by Arthur Porter.
Yes, it
number
was.
14. What a turn of events for the Cadets. Now it's time to make DeSmet pay. 17-14, 5:11 to go, third quarter.
I have no idea what he just said. Something about the back judge.
Corey Sims just had a brief little convo with Nick McClellan here on this play, and he's looking for, that is Dorsey, touchdown!
Oh, yeah, baby!
35 yards, McClellan to Dorsey. What a play, no flags.
What a beautiful ball right there. Getting the ball out quick, letting your receiver go get it, and Dorsey just blew by the DeSmet defender.
How about the play call by Coach Pingle? You get the turnover, and your first play, we're going for their throat right here.
Well, here's the deal. There's an old adage, and it's old school football. When you get a turnover, you go for it. You take a shot because you're considered an extra possession. And you have your best play coming out of that right here, right now, and you go deep, take a chance.
On to attempt the extra point is Gage Shantz. Snap back, ball is down, kick is up. It is good. 24-14. The Cadets up 10 with 5:05 to go here in the third. That's the big play you were looking for on defense there, Coach. The big turnover, then you turn it around and turn it into points right away.
Well, big momentum play. CBC scores, come out on defense. Okay, after they give up a big return, come out on defense, make a great play after a nice run by Strong and or Scott, I'm sorry, and wow, Arthur Porter gets that fumble recovery, and bam, CBC's in business.
The CBC student section was just going nuts a second ago. Look how excited they are down there.
You've got two great student sections
here
going at it. I mean, for a visitor student section, this is outstanding. Gotta love what CBC's brought to this game.
So now Shantz will kick off for the first time here tonight. McCaster deep on the far side.
They came up. Shantz has got a big enough leg. He's put a couple in the end zone.
And he's going to pooch this one. And the Cadets run it down. Ball is loose! Ball is loose! And it might be CBC's ball! They're going to uncover the pile. Let's see. First down, CBC! They surprise them with the pooch kickoff. Number 23, Braden LaCroix. If he had to do it over again, you call a fair catch.
You fair catch. That ball goes in the air. You fair catch it every time.
The Cadets knock the ball free and recover the fumble. 2 straight turnovers. And the CBC Cadets are in position to take control. They need a good offensive drive with points here. 5:05 to go, third quarter.
here's the deal. Even if CBC gets a touchdown, don't think this game is over from any stretch of the imagination.
This is Rivers. Oh, and he is hit hard. DeSmet comes up with a big shot.
DeSmet is like, you could tell there's a little red in their eyes. Now, that's going to mean they're going to be coming really, really aggressive. And there's an opportunity here, but you got to be able to smartly take advantage of it because they might blow an assignment.
2nd and 10 at the 36 for the Cadets. 4:30 to go here in the third. Up 10. McClellan hands it to Rivers. Rivers has room up the middle. First down and more. Rivers may go. Touchdown, CBC. 36 yards, and they've broken it open with 4:21 to go in the third.
Folks, this game's not over. I'm excited as everybody else is, but I'm holding my breath. There's a lot of football left to play. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter and a whole fourth quarter to go. John Merritt's going to be rounding up his troops and saying, hey, we need to settle in and be willing to take this one play at a time.
Gage Shantz will attempt the point after. 4:21 to go in the third. 30-14 is the score. Courtney Rivers. Extra point is good. 21 points in less than 2 minutes for the Cadets, and they lead 31-14.
I'm stunned. I'm a little stunned here, everybody. I know I'm not usually lost for words, but I'm like, okay.
You're absolutely right, though. There are 16 minutes left in this game.
There's a lot of
football left. And on that other sideline, they've got too much talent and too much explosiveness.
Well, and here's the thing about that. They've not been in a position to where they've really had to, like, stretch themselves out offensively. They've been able to play very conservative, play defense, ball control, offense. Very similar to what a lot of Illinois teams do and what they do over on the Kansas City side of the state. All right? The thing is CBC's managed to force them into some mistakes and strike here early in the third quarter. And DeSmet's very, very gifted, and they definitely could strike back very quickly in this game. So CBC's defense is going to really, really have to stay on their A game here.
So after the McClellan long touchdown, the Cadets get a turnover on a fumble recovery, score immediately. Then a Pooch kickoff after the touchdown, fumbled by DeSmet, and the Cadets score again. That, in case you're just joining us, is what just happened. Kick is deep and into the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10, DeSmet at the 20 with 4:21 to go in the third.
And if you're DeSmet, you need to be real careful even on that kickoff right there. They brought their deep guys way up to like the 10-yard line. That ball only hit about a half yard in. If that ball hits in fair territory and kicks back the way it did, CBC's coming down and DeSmet thinks it's going in the end zone. That's another ball that they've got to turn around and run around and corral. And CBC's got another shot to chase it down, if nothing else. Huge field position.
See what DeSmet has. 1st and 10 here. They hand it to McCaster. He's got room. He breaks through the middle of the D, down the middle of the field, all the way up to the 49. Big run by Jaden McCaster. 29 yards on the first down carry.
Big plays. We could see a little scoring fest here in the second half. The other half of the potential slugfest here. We saw a lot of defense in the first half, and we've seen some early here from CBC. But
there was a few haymakers and a lot of jabs, but there's been some big punches thrown here.
There's no knockout blow yet, so there's a lot. No
knockout blows here. 4:07 to go. Duff hands it off. McCaster again looking for room, and he's stuffed. Tristan Abram in on the stop. No gain, 2nd and 10.
And DeSmet's still playing somewhat conservatively because of the amount of time left. Trying to just grind one out here. I think that's a smart move on their part. Try to get down and get a score here in the third quarter, and then you got the whole fourth quarter to make your comeback.
Right, you're not in desperation mode yet with so much time left on the clock. Duff Shotgun snap. He's got time. Here comes the pressure. He gets out of it, and he's tackled. Great ankle tackle there. And that was number 63 for CBC, Rayshawn Smith.
Arthur Porter was trailing back on that and got him a little bit too. Where are they marking this ball?
Loss of 1.
I think Porter was the one who ended up getting the shoestring tackle, peeling back on that.
So 3rd and 11.
CBC pinning their ears back in the pass rush.
Duff hands it to McCaster. McCaster, right side. No! Number 48. That's Cortland Collins flying in to make an open field tackle.
The hero of the Francis Howell game in the quarterfinals last year, or district finals last year, making a great tackle right there for a 4th down, and DeSmet's going to punt. And this is, and I know a lot of people are like, what is DeSmet doing? This is the right move right here, just with the amount of time left in this game.
CBC doesn't have anyone deep now. Zackees Smith might backpedal a little bit. Gartner's going to try to pin him deep, angles it far near sideline. And that rolls inside the 10, all the way down to the 2. Beautiful punt by Gartner.
And that's the advantage they had with where they were. Now CBC's got a long way to go to score on this drive. Get yourself a couple of first downs, see what happens. Run out the 3rd quarter if you can.
2:02 left here in the 3rd. CBC 31, DeSmet 14.
And I think you're seeing some young offensive linemen for CBC come into their own a little bit in this game. Gavin Dobby, who's been playing left tackle as a junior, and he's been doing a great job. I've seen Bryce Jones and Gavin Hurlbut in the game here a little bit, along with the seniors that have been the mainstay.
First down handoff, near side, cutting it upfield. No, not much there. Stood up by Jason King and others. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Well, maybe a yard, half a yard.
Not much.
No.
And, I mean, that was King by himself. If King doesn't make that tackle, he gets cut off. There's a seam there.
So 2nd and a long 9, I would say. Tight ends tight on the right side of the formation. This is McClellan, and he had to dive out of the end zone. Oh, my goodness.
Boy.
Almost a safety.
Normally on the field, the punter was out of the end.
So that makes it 3rd and 11. 3rd and 12. Back at the 1 yard line as McClellan snuck out of the end zone there.
Class of 23 watching this game from all their college locations. I'm getting texts left and right.
McClellan has time, sets up, back in the end zone. He's going deep,
Oh,
looking for Sims. No flag. Oh, my goodness. Lot of hand fighting there. Number 6, Justin Terry, official watching it the entire way and did not throw the flag.
And I know, and here's the thing. I know one of the things that these officials get confused sometimes because they do college games also. There's no uncatchable ball in high school. It's either pass interference or it's not. I can't believe that with all the hands on Corey Sims that wasn't pass interference.
So now in the back of his end zone, a very dangerous punt for Corday Gage.
Once again, I told you this game could turn around in a hurry. I'm not trying to predict nothing. I don't want it to happen that way, but
4th and 12. He's got to get it off quick. He does. Under the circumstances, what a nice punt out to the 45. Here's a good return all the way inside the 35. Great field position. That was Trevon Collard.
So here's the deal. If nothing else, you're out of the danger zone if you're CBC. And your defense just needs to make DeSmet use as much time as possible on any drive that they have. Whether they score or not, it's just about forcing them to use up time. Get yourself into the 4th quarter. Don't give them any quick strikes as you're moving along here, up 17.
First and 10 at the 34, 36 seconds to go, third quarter. Duff, he's going to roll slight right. He's going to come back the other way, down the middle of the field, looking for the tight end, and it's incomplete. He was looking for number 17, Liam Russo. That's been his favorite target here tonight.
Had he put it where Russo was going to be, there was two CBC defenders there ready to make a play. Russo's only chance was if he could get over to where he put the ball, and it was just a little too out of his reach.
Second and 10 at the 34. 31 seconds to go, third quarter. Duff takes the snap, fakes, now hands it to the big man up the middle. He rumbles for a couple, and on the stop was J.P. Metzler. That was Emmanuel Scott, the 225-pound fullback.
Tristan Abram on the bottom of that. Jameer Sims piling out of there. Rayshawn Smith. So we've seen about 6 or 7 guys on that defensive line.
And that's going to end the third quarter with CBC leading 31-10. Cadet fans, we're proud to have Chick-fil-A as the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network. Those delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches are available in CBC's concession stand, so grab a sandwich next time you join us for a game. Download the Chick-fil-A app to get exclusive rewards or order ahead for curbside pickup. Be sure to visit our favorite Chick-fil-A location on Manchester Road, just east of Ballas. That's right near here. Chick-fil-A, CSN's favorite pregame meal, and it should be yours too. Thank you to Chick-fil-A. So, Coach, we head to the fourth. CBC up 31-14. What a great turn of events for the Cadets in the middle of that quarter.
Well, here's the thing. If there was any doubts, and there was, there was people saying that CBC could not play with DeSmet. I heard it all week, okay, and from plenty of loyal CBC people that just didn't feel like CBC had it. And I kept telling them, I don't know. I think we do. I think we've got a really good defense. I think we've got a really good team. I think there's some experience factors that were coming into play that probably made people think that, especially with the way that Bryant punched us in the mouth and just kind of drug us all over our own field. But that's an out-of-state opponent, an exceptionally good opponent, and you hopefully learned something from that game, and it looks like CBC has. And here you are. You got a chance in the fourth quarter to win the game. That's all you want.
Back to pass, Duff fires, caught, wide open. That's Hatcher. Hatcher's hit down. Big hit there by, I think, Cortland Collins. It was, and Collins now grabs at his left calf, and he's going to stay down.
One of those naysayers just texted me. That was me. That was one of those people.
So Cortland Collins, after making the tackle, grabbed his left calf. So you just hope it's a cramp and that he'll be okay.
And this is the type of weather that creates a lot of cramps. And Bryant, Arkansas, folks, was going in after they played us. They were playing Parkview, who was number 1 ranked in the state of Arkansas, and they beat them. Let's look for the score. They beat them 30-10. Parkview, who beat them last year and ended their winning streak after they played us at home. So last year we played them. They went and played Parkview and lost. This year they came up and got a tune-up against us and went down and took care of business against Parkview.
And let's remind everyone, Bryant was a 5-time-in-a-row state champion before losing last year.
Yep.
5 out of 6 years. You're talking about the best team in Arkansas, arguably. And for all intents and purposes, as soon as CBC settled into that game, they played Bryant even for about 2.5 quarters. They did.
After Bryant got up early, I was surprised Bryant didn't just go for the jugular, and they really kind of played with their food a little bit, or CBC just made some nice adjustments because they weren't going downfield, and I would have.
First and 10. Pistol formation. Up the middle, hit from behind. That was number 17 on the stop for the Cadets, Jameer Sims.
And Jacob Grumwalt on the front side of that. We always see the backside of the number guy chase him, but there's usually a guy in front of him that holds him up and allows that guy to clean up shop. Cortland Collins is over here cramping up a little bit.
He's getting some fluids over here on the sideline. 2nd and 7. Low snap. Duff rolls left, sets up, fires to the corner. And, they're going to throw that flag. They're going to throw that flag and not the one against Corey Sims.
That was oof.
Wow.
All right. I see how it is. So we're on the 20. So it'll be half the distance. So it'll be about the 10-yard line.
They didn't throw the flag on the Sims pass just a couple of minutes ago down the sideline. And they're going to throw it on that one, which was ticky-tack.
Unless there was something before when he was coming out of his break, and I didn't see that. I was only watching the very end of the play. So maybe there was something early, but the flag came up after as the ball was going out of bounds, and there was a little shove when that play was well over.
1st and goal at the 10.
Like I said, DeSmet was not going to just go away and hide on this.
Duff fakes, fires, looking for the tight end. Russo incomplete. Good defensive play.
Matthews, I think, on the coverage there.
Matthews back in coverage. If you're going to look for one receiver that Duff has been counting on this entire game, it's Russo. Looking at DeSmet, they don't have a lot of speed on the outside in the receiving game.
No.
But they do have 2 very big, strong, adept tight ends. McCaster in the hole, inside the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Let that clock tick.
Under 11 minutes to go, 31-14 Cadets. DeSmet driving.
And you're going to see, it's 3rd down.
3rd and goal at the 3. Let's see what DeSmet has dialed up here. Look out for Russo. Nope, they give it to McCaster. He stood up there. What a tackle in the middle of that defense.
Jacob Grunwald
stood him up at the 2. 4th and goal. DeSmet will go for it. Actually, he didn't get hardly any on that.
No, I think he lost a yard.
4th and goal. Here it is. McCaster, left side, and he's not going to get in. The Cadet defense stands tall inside the 5.
Wow.
Coach, I would have thought after running McCaster a couple of times, maybe you fake and you come out with a tight end leaking back near side.
Look, last year when we played DeSmet, when we played them in the regular season, that game was still kind of in the balance, and there was a 4th down play at midfield, and Duff pulled the ball and went up there. Not only to get the 1st down, he went like 40 or 50 yards for a touchdown. Dylan Duff, there's been no real design runs for Dylan Duff, which I'm stunned on because he's such a good athlete, and he has such an element.
A.J. Johnson is stuffed, but he gets out of the end zone. Luckily, DeSmet has been, when CBC has been pinned back, DeSmet is clogging up the middle of that defense.
You might need to think about going play action and trying to get the ball out quick on the edge.
There it is. There's the play action, and he's going to go deep. He's got a receiver. It's Dorsey. He makes the catch at the 40, cuts across the field at the 50, 45, 40. First down, CBC. Dorsey wide open on the near side.
So they ran a little game there where they popped Corey Sims out on the bubble screen, and they ran Dorsey over the top of it. Everybody funneled into Corey. Dorsey standing there waiting for the ball.
What a beautiful play design.
Well, we call it, I don't know what they call it anymore. It used to be called key to lock, and great situation to run it right there.
Now A.J. Johnson powers up the middle for a couple.
Great game plan right here. Coach Pingle kept it very conservative in the first half, kind of felt his way through the game. And we've always talked about the halftime adjustments that CBC makes. He got some lightning right there. That could play a role in this game here, folks.
Oh, no. The officials do not need to look over to the far side.
I don't know how far out that was.
Should we start waving? Look over here.
Look over here. They don't bang that drum.
There's Vic Williams now escaping, and he'll have a first down, I believe.
He's close. What a great edge rush by Vic Williams right there.
Showing off the
Dipping
speed.
that shoulder and running away from Quincy Bias, which is not easy to do.
3rd and 1, he was a yard short.
Freeze him right here. Go freeze game right here. Hard count.
3rd and 1. This is going to be Williams again, right into the teeth of the defense, and he should have enough.
And I thought the edge rusher for DeSmet had a shot to come down and tackle him for no gain, but he stayed uncontained because I don't think he was sure who had the ball. But you're getting to the point now, if you're DeSmet, you've got to gamble on some things, and that might mean giving up some contained responsibilities in order to stop something. His Bias headed out of the game.
Approaching 8 minutes to go. Cadets on top and driving. High snap, handoff Johnson, and he powers his way. This is how you envision the use of A.J. Johnson, right? You've got a lead in a big game, and then you just run the big guy right up the middle, let him eat up some clock, let him pound on some defenders, and wear down the defense.
Well, and CBC's offensive line is wearing this DeSmet defense out here in the second half. They've just been out there so much with the turnovers. They've got to be getting tired.
2nd and 5 at the 21, 7:40 to go.
Wait, we had a penalty. I missed something. I'm losing track of what's going on.
CBC leads 31-14. McClellan to Rivers. He is swallowed.
No.
McClellan's kept it. He fooled me. Did he fool you? Did you see it?
I
he
saw
totally
it late.
Fooled me.
I saw it late because Rivers was wrapped up and they weren't blowing anything dead. So I panned back to Nick and I'm like, okay, he's got the ball.
Completely fooled me on the broadcast right here.
Pistol with an offset back
Wow.
and nice fake right there. Got everybody clogged up, pulls it out, and bam.
1st and goal at the 9.
Whether these are reads or design runs doesn't really matter. I mean, masterful game plan in the second half right now for the Cadets.
CBC would love to punch this in here. Ahead 31-14. Shotgun snap. Handoff Johnson. Johnson left side runs over the linebacker to get down to the 5. That was actually a safety who came up.
Number
Josiah
2,
Houston. And Johnson lowered his shoulder and took him for a ride.
They calling him, he got inside the 5. I'm looking at the sticks up top there. Oh, they're calling him out on the 5. He was inside the 5-yard line, I think, before he stepped out. But, hey, we're way up here. We can't see nothing. I'm wearing my glasses tonight. I can at least read the numbers.
1st and goal, or 2nd and goal, I should say, at the 5, 6:53 to go.
Take your time, boys. Take your time.
Here's John. Nope, McClellan keeps it. Near side. Oh, he's down at the 1.
That's all right. I don't mind this.
No.
3rd and 1, this deep. You should be in a position to either score or run this down to the 6-minute water break. You're gonna have to get a play off.
Yes.
But if you don't score, you'll be down to the 6-minute water break. You'll be able to flip the field.
And actually, DeSmet's going to call a timeout here before that water break.
Well, they've got to conserve the clock here a little bit.
6:30 to go. The Cadets will have it out of the break. 3rd and 1. 3rd and goal at the 1. Oh, my. The Cadets with a huge second half. Down 14-10 at halftime. Put 17 up. Check it, 21 up in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, huge.
And 2 scores after 2 turnovers, 1 on defense, 1 on special teams.
Got a shout out to Brian Roush. Sends me the Ted Lasso meme pointing at the Believe sign if you're a Ted Lasso fan. I'm not much of a soccer fan, but I dearly loved Ted Lasso.
Dearly. Oh, one of my favorite shows
One of the best
all time.
shows I've ever watched.
And
I was late to the party on that one,
Has
folks.
there been another show where at the end of each episode you felt happy? Every episode.
It definitely felt uplifted in some way, shape, or form.
All right, 3rd and goal, 6:30 to go at the 1. A.J. Johnson on the hip of McClellan. DeSmet
didn't get people off the field.
They got too many men on the field.
He's running off like a madman.
So he's technically offsides. Do they call offsides here or too many men on the field or both?
They're calling offsides.
Offside.
He came running over. How do you come out of a timeout?
Out of the timeout.
I'm sorry. I've had it happen to me. I mean, I coach a youth team, and I had that happen a couple weeks ago, and I was like, how did we do that?
All right, so now it's basically 3.5 yard. McClellan will keep it himself in the middle of the defense, and he's
Touchdown.
in. Touchdown.
He turned in on that late. It wasn't there, and he kept kind of rolling through the pile and rolled in before his knee hit the ground.
Gage Shantz will attempt the extra point with 6:27 to go, and the Cadets have controlled the second half to this point.
Well, last year we have been so accustomed to CBC making adjustments at halftime and coming out and taking the life out of teams in the third quarter. And last year that did not happen as often. And, CBC still managed to get to the state championship game. And it looks like in this particular case, CBC's kind of got that mojo back. CBC flinched.
Yeah, I think we have
left
a flinch
up
here.
back or the left tackle. I saw a hand, a shoulder moving.
Oh, they're going to call it on DeSmet.
Oh, they're calling it for DeSmet trying to.
So that's that flinch. I call it that flinch rule,
Well,
right? Where the defender tries to flinch to get you to jump.
And
right?
here's the thing, in talking to the coaches, that's something that they felt like Bryant was doing to us when we had those 4 full start penalties, and the official crew was just like not going to hear it when it was such a point of emphasis.
Extra point is up and good.
That was a point of emphasis in the rules this year.
Yeah.
To do that, and I remember Coach Dimovich talking about how livid they were about what they felt Bryant was trying to do, and it's like, come on, you can't do that. You can't imitate the snap count or whatever. And it was happening.
So what is the official name of that penalty?
Well, you heard a disconcerting signal.
Disconcerting signal.
Where you're doing something where you're going hit or clapping your hands or something along those lines to get the offense to jump off sides. Yeah, I agree here. One of my buddies is like, they're not using Duff right. I completely agree with that. Duff's an athlete. And
look, especially when you don't have the speed and explosiveness at wide receiver.
Right.
He's just another weapon you should be utilizing, and you're right. They have not utilized him in the running game at all.
So, yeah, I mean, he's such a threat, and here's the deal. For both of these teams, this game matters as far as bragging rights is concerned, but in the grand scheme of things, they all got bigger fish to fry. Same thing with the Bryant game with CBC a couple of weeks ago and the games that DeSmet's got coming up. It's all about what's going on in weeks 9, after week 9.
Caught at the 8-yard line, returning it up at the left side and tackled over there. Returned by number 10, Nathan Hatcher.
I mean, you saw it last year with CBC. They got completely demolished by DeSmet, and they came back and played some really, really good football down the stretch after that game, and got that rematch in the semifinals and took advantage of it. And now, like I said early in the broadcast, if I've got the rules manual right and talking to Coach Dimovich, who's a rules manual guru, it doesn't look like we would see them till the state finals. So a lot of things have to happen, and there's a lot of really good football teams on the Kansas City side of the state.
For sure. 1st and 10 at the 23. Duff. Deep drop. Here comes the pressure. Now he takes off. Duff over the left side, and look at this run all the way to midfield. What did we say? I mean there's your example. That's a 30-yard run.
And it is, and it's huge, and it's a little bit too late. Now, here's the deal. There was a game in 2006 when CBC went to their first state championship game. They were playing Hazelwood Central up at McClure North. Marvin McNutt was the quarterback for Central, and Central did not run him at all. Did not run him at all until the fourth quarter, and the game was over by that point.
Water break time, 6 minutes to go. Here in this one, the Cadets lead 38-14. Folks, if you're a fan of CSN, you've definitely heard us mention our friend and State Farm agent Tim Kylo. Time to give Tim a call. Let him help you save money on your insurance. We're talking home, life, boat, auto, anything. If it can be insured, Tim is your guy. Tim has helped several members of the CBC community save hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year by switching to State Farm. Tim's our guy. He can be your guy too. Give him a call, 314-842-4442, or shoot him an email, tim@timkilo, KILO.com.
We got to remember, Dylan Duff's going to K-State. He's committed to K-State, and you don't know what sort of conversations are being had about the conservative nature with which they're using him and stuff like that in terms of not getting him beat up. I don't know if he'll be one of those guys, and that goes and leaves school after their at the end of the first semester and goes early as an early signee.
So 6 minutes to go. First down and 10 at the CBC 47 for DeSmet. Duff, low snap, fakes the throw, and that is number 31, Emmanuel Scott, the ball carrier. Picks up a couple.
And got to wonder, I see McCaster on the sideline, got to wonder if this game, if they're going to kind of save some of the wear and tear on a couple of these guys with it getting down under close to 5 minutes left and down by 24.
Duff fakes. Now he pumps. He's going to go deep. Down the sideline. Overthrew his man. That was number 15, Wyatt Stoltz. That's one of the few, if not the first, deep ball thrown by Duff in this game. He's thrown a couple down the seam to the tight end.
But not on the outside.
And
Vion Cothran was right there. I mean, that ball was going to have to be perfectly placed. And, folks, Dylan Duff's a hell of a quarterback, but trying to place that ball perfectly to the outside shoulder on a deep ball like that is just so difficult to do, even with as accomplished as Dylan Duff is.
5:16 to go. 3rd and 9 for the Spartans, who were up 14-10 at halftime. Cadets lead 38-14. Shotgun snap. Duff is going to roll slight right. He's going to come back the other way. Left side of the field again, looking for the tight end, Russo.
He dropped it. He had him.
That was a touchdown. He had Russo deep down the left side in double coverage.
Well, he got through that coverage. The safety, I don't know if that was a safety or we might have been, I think we were in man cover, and Jameer Sims was running with him out of man coverage, and Cothran was trying to get back deep to help out there.
By the way,
the defensive backs talking.
I know Russo dropped that ball, but I got to tell you, I'm coming away very impressed with that tight end, Liam Russo.
Oh,
he can run the field. He's got he's 6'6". He's got good speed.
He reminds me a little bit of number 12 from Bryant.
Yeah.
Not he obviously doesn't have as good a hands as him, at least not right now, or at least not showing it tonight.
4th down. Duff throws, caught, and that should be a first down. Number 15, Wyatt Stoltz.
Short.
They're going to call him.
They're calling him short. That's 4th down. So
I think he changed it. I think he moved. Is that going to be CBC ball? It is. Just short. You're right. Just short. I thought the side judge over there kind of moved a little bit farther towards the marker.
And I think if Wyatt Stoltz, when he caught the ball, if he turned hard upfield, he would have had the first down.
Yes.
I don't think he knew where he was. So hard to know where you're at when you catch the ball sometimes. And if he just turns upfield, I think he's got the first down.
5:04 left. Cadets lead 38-14. And they turn it over on downs.
And the DeSmet student section is a shadow of what it once was. And the CBC student section over here still loud and proud. Proud of you, boys. I know some of you are being held hostage by a bus, but not all of you are. And that bus isn't leaving until I leave.
You didn't have to tell anyone about the bus.
Oh, it's all good. That's only about a third of the kids that are still there. So
here's Rivers. Not much, maybe a yard. Under 5 to play.
Just run clock. Protect the ball. Stay healthy. No penalties.
2nd and 9.
So you're in that, and you hear sometimes they talk about it in the NFL and whatnot, 4-minute offense. This is where your offensive line has to earn their keep. If you can get 2 first downs here, the game is pretty much over.
Run that play clock. Play clock's at 15. That's right. They're going to look over to the sideline for the play. Play clock under 10.
And Nick's got it right in his eyes.
High snap, handoff Morris. Morris tackled at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long.
This is another situation where there's no reason to risk Nick running the ball just to get a first down here. Even if you have to punt back to him, a lot of things have to go bad in order for this to fall apart for CBC, and it all has to happen in a hurry.
3rd and 8.
Saw another little light flash of lightning over there behind that light pole.
No, you didn't.
I don't know how far out it is, but
there's one
we
over
got
on the nope.
We got
Nope.
350 left.
Nope.
Let's get this baby over with.
We didn't see that. I didn't see anything. Handoff there. Oh,
he's
hitting the backfield, buried.
High snap by to McClellan. He had to try to get it down, and that play was kind of messed up before we ever got anywhere.
Quincy Bias with another tackle. 4th down, and the Cadets, they might run this thing down and call a timeout. Run the play clock all the way down. That way you're not rushing a punt.
Yep.
They're gonna run this all the way down to 1. Coach Pingle, the play clock, and Coach Pingle will call a timeout. That'll get it under 3 minutes. And that way that'll give you a full play clock to get a good punt off. There's the timeout. 2:58 to go. 2:58 left. Cadets leading 38-14. And a big, big cheer from the CBC faithful. Sellout crowd at DeSmet. Someone I know at DeSmet told me that their son, who goes to DeSmet, went to get tickets, and it sold out in 10 minutes.
It was gone. We had an allotment of tickets for our students. We brought 150 kids over here on buses, along with our student cheer section and stuff like that. And my wife, the weather person, says the storms are actually in Belleville and DeSoto, and that's about right for where we're looking at in Belleville. We can just see that over there. So we're well over 10 miles away, which is what we need to be.
Weren't we told when we were kids some of the thunder, or the lightning was like heat lightning?
Yeah, and I've heard that, and I've heard that's a complete misnomer. DeSmet might be going for a block right here. We'll see if they come after it. I would if I was them in this situation.
Low snap,
Ooh.
Gage gets it, and wow, what a punt.
What a beautiful punt.
Inside the 20. There's Collard returning it across the 25, close to the 30. What a punt by Corday Gage.
And 20, is that 20 on the tackle right there for CBC?
Cole Rivers.
If I'm right. Yeah, Cole Rivers on the tackle. And a couple of guys peeled back on it, but
so it'll be 1st down, DeSmet, and we'll get a new quarterback. Looks like that's number 19, I believe, in the backfield at quarterback for the Spartans.
Yeah, Alex Gibbs is their backup.
And there's number 30, the ball carrier, first carry of the night for Dom Baldanza. No gain for Baldanza. Actually picked up 2, 2nd and 8.
About 2:30 left in this game. We're pretty much counting down the time here before this one ends. I mean, CBC with a statement game here, folks. Definitely came to play. Depending on what rankings you were looking at, they were just behind DeSmet in the local rankings. And in the Max Prep rankings, they were just behind CBC with the Kansas City team sprinkled in there at the top of the rankings there. And this will be a huge boost for CBC, but you got to stay hungry. Homecoming next week, St. Louis U High, Hall of Fame induction, lots of things going on. The luau tailgate for the boys, Spirit Week next week, so lots of things going on. And folks, if you got nothing going on tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m., the finale, the final games of the CBC soccer tournament. CBC will play Vianney at 9:30, and SLU and DeSmet will play, I think, at 11:30. So if you want a little bit of breakfast soccer, or football, as they say, come out and catch the Cadets, as after a slow start, they've rebounded and playing some pretty good soccer, folks.
Here's Baldanza again, and he is
upended by Zakee Smith.
After he picked up a chunk of yardage.
Let's get some subs in there, Coach. Zakee doesn't need to be in there dumping people out.
3rd and short, 1:10 to go. So, Coach, as you look out now, CBC will have SLU next week. SLU High next week, followed by Lipscomb, Tennessee after that. 2 big games for the Cadets coming up.
It is, and Lipscomb, after last year's game, they came in nationally, nationally recognized. I don't know if ranked is the right word, but, I mean, they were thought to be a national power, and we went down to their place and just pounded them in the mouth. I don't think they saw that coming from a team from St. Louis. So they're going to be wanting to come here and exact some revenge. So the schedule does not lighten up for CBC. After that, they'll get Vianney and St. Mary's to wrap the season up.
2nd and 5 here, 35 seconds left. Emmanuel Scott, the ball carrier, and he rumbles towards a first down.
We'll see whether or not DeSmet will choose to make another snap. As I look at Mr. Porter standing right here in front of me, putting his hands up. His son played an exceptionally good game tonight with a big fumble recovery and helping contain McCaster and Duff.
This should be the last play of the game, and it is Emmanuel Scott.
And
the
that's ball game.
CBC Cadets coach come in, a very nip and tuck first half, but the Cadets dominate the second half and make a statement, as you said, here tonight.
Well, and here's the thing. This game was so tight, and CBC got the ball, managed to score early in the third quarter.
On the long McClellan run.
Yep. And then after that, the turnover on the next possession, bam, you score immediately after that. The pooch kick, you score immediately after that. So this game, much like CBC's game with them last year when CBC made all the mistakes, you don't have those turnovers in the third quarter, those mistakes. This game is still, it would have been a really tight game down to the wire. DeSmet, exceptionally talented football team. I don't want to see them again. I'd rather see somebody else in the state finals if we get that far. That's looking way far ahead. And I sure as heck don't want to see them get there and us not get there. So, but if that's what's set to come, then I'll take it in the state championship game if that's what we're going to get to.
That's Coach Chris Maris. My name's Randy Molman. The Cadets win it going away in the second half, 38-14 over DeSmet. And until next Friday night when the Cadets take on St. Louis U High at CBC. So long, everybody.